welcome back to my channel. My name is Katrina, and I want to share with you today my 31-week update and how this whole craziness of the world with the virus is affecting everything. So I will say things are not going quite as smooth as before. I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but I am getting farther along. I am definitely not as comfortable as I was. A lot of shortness of breath, your typical bloating and just feeling like uncomfortable a lot. I'm also struggling a lot with sleeping. I guess you could just call it insomnia. It's partially just not being comfortable. You just turn from side to side and try and find a comfortable position, and you just fall asleep, and then you have to get up and you have to pee. My toddler's been pretty good for sleeping through the night, but there has been a few nights in the past few weeks that he has gotten up, so that adds to it, of course, as well. So it's been a bit more like a true pregnancy the last few weeks, which is fine. That's all part of it, but it hasn't been quite as easy as it was for the first and second trimester. As far as weight gain and just growing and everything, I haven't noticed any stretch marks. I did not get any stretch marks with my first, so I don't think I will, but you never know. I have gained about 25 pounds, which is, I think, a little bit less than I did with my first. So that's good, because with my first I gained almost 40 pounds. So if I can gain a little less with this one, that would be nice. But really, a healthy baby is the most important thing, of course. I did do my glucose test and as well as a random blood test. Everything came back normal. There was no concerns. I don't have to go for any further testing. So I am super happy about that, especially because we are trying to self-isolate. So I don't want to have to go out and do any of that sort of thing anyways. As far as food goes, I wouldn't say I'm really having any cravings. Sometimes I struggle to eat meat. But other than that, really, I enjoy fresh foods, but I think part of that is we're trying not to grocery shop as often, just to try and stay away from other people. And with that means I can't eat quite as much fresh food, so I wonder if part of it is just psychological. It's like when you go on a diet, all of a sudden all of the things that you can't have for your diet are like, I need those things. So I feel like that's maybe the case as well. We are still definitely trying to eat healthy, but it's just not quite as much fresh foods and a little more, frozen fruit and veg. Now, what I really wanted to talk about is what it's like to be pregnant during this pandemic. Never in my wildest dreams did I expect any of this. I know none of you did as well. But being pregnant has only added to that. I definitely don't want to get sick, so I am doing my best to self-isolate the family, my immediate family. We are also trying to self-isolate as well. I can't control what other family members do, so I am hoping that they will also self-isolate as much as possible. And so that has been the big focus these last few weeks, is staying at home. If we do have to go out, which hasn't been very many times, it's wearing gloves, it's making sure we're really disinfecting, not touching our faces, and all the things that everyone else is doing. So that has definitely been a huge curveball. And with it has come cancellation of my latest midwife appointment. I did talk to the midwife on the phone, which was nice. I didn't deem the appointment to be necessary at this stage in pregnancy, and to be honest, I was okay with that. They're not going to do anything at this point that really is that important. They're just checking my blood pressure and making sure the baby's heart rate's okay and all of that. They've pushed the next appointment for another 3 weeks. I would be already normally at every 2 weeks for appointments. So this will mean, I think there will be 6 weeks between my last appointment and my next appointment. And that's if the next appointment doesn't get canceled. That appointment will still be phone consultation, go to the midwife's office. stay in your vehicle outside. Then they call you, you go in, they do the bare minimum. You cannot use their bathroom or anything. They said they schedule about 5-minute appointment and you go home, and that's it. So it is a different world right now. Don't get me wrong, I'm not upset with the midwives at all. I am happy that they are doing their best to keep everything as sanitized and clean as possible, because obviously none of us want to get sick, and especially those that are vulnerable or pregnant and that sort of thing. So I am glad that they are taking those measures. However, it is so different from my last pregnancy. I am thankful I have a midwife versus an OB, so that's good, but it is kind of crazy to just sort of be on your own and not having appointments. So with all that said, my husband and I have been talking about whether or not it's really safe to deliver at the hospital. I realize these hospitals have a lot of safety measures in place. They're trying to keep things as clean as possible, and they're doing their best. But because I have a midwife, I have the option of a home birth. And so we started thinking, is it best to go to the hospital, or should we actually consider doing a home birth? And as things progress and are getting significantly worse daily, I think we have decided that we, at this point, are going to go with a home birth. So when I talked to my midwife, I asked her if that was okay, and she said that I was a prime candidate for it. She didn't see any issues. They will not be able to do a home visit prior to having the baby, which is also unfortunate, but they'll still give you a list of the things you need, and they'll supply some stuff as well. So there's definitely going to be lots more about that. I will do a video on getting ready for a home birth and all of that. But that is a total 360, because we had no plans of having a home birth. Nothing against them, just we live in a trailer, it's on the farm, things are busy around here, and so I liked the privacy and the extra security of knowing you have doctors, nurses, and NICU and everything right there. But I think for right now, this is the better option. What really tipped the scales is the hospital that I was going to be delivering at just had 5 confirmed staff members with, I won't say what it is because YouTube doesn't like it, but with the virus. And so that kind of was like the cherry on top. When I heard that, I'm like, okay, we're making the right decision. Let's just go for home birth. If things really turn around in the next 2 months, we can always change our mind. But at this point, it's probably not going to, just being realistic. And so I think home birth is best for us, and definitely something that we need to start planning now. Another thing that has come out of this virus is that I'm now working from home. I am still working full-time, but working from home has made it way less stressful. I can use my own bathroom every 20 minutes if I need to. The kitchen's right there for snacks, and it's just a much more laid-back and casual environment. I am still taking my toddler over to Grandma's house majority of the time so that I can concentrate and get my work done, but it's been good timing. I wish it was under better circumstances. I would rather not be dealing with this at all and still be at work, but considering the circumstances, I am very thankful that I have not lost my job and that I am able to work from home. So I don't have a lot more to update you on. I mean, the baby's moving around lots. We have been starting to put things together to get ready for the baby, and I will do a video on just getting organized and stuff for the baby, but I have been doing some of that. Levi talks a lot more about baby this, baby that, so that's cute. He obviously doesn't really fully understand, but I think he is going to be excited when the baby is born, so I'm looking forward to that part as well. And yeah, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will get to and I will answer those for you. As you can see, I'm out of breath, as I am most of the time. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're pregnant, let me know how far along you are. I love connecting with other pregnant moms. And if you're new, I would love it if you would subscribe, follow along here. I do farm-related vlogs, motherhood, a lot of thrifting and trying to live a simple and budget-friendly life. And if any of that sounds good, just subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!